Block Club 5500. It seems to be working. Let's see what the Lord says. Okay. These are you all there. Okay. And so, a little history. I've been a Block Club president for 12 years, but it's been it's been since the beginning of the pandemic. So the last 4 years, that I really have grown in that work, really connected with my neighbors. And a lot of what I've learned was trial and error. A lot of error, not so much trial, but I was literally walking down the street 12 years ago. I cannot tell you where I was going because I don't remember. But I know I was heading east on Adams. And one of my neighbors, she says, "Hey, Tony, when's the Block Club party?" And I'm like, in my mind, how you're thinking, a lot of different thoughts come to your head. Like, why is she asking me? So I said, I'm not sure. Let's ask Pastor Polk. He's the Block Club president. And she says, "Well, Pastor Polk says you're the Block Club president." And I'm like, let me get back to you on that. Cause I trust him, right? So I grabbed my wife and we went over to Pastor Polk's house. And it's like he was waiting for me to come to his house. And he comes in, he comes to the door. He said, come on in, come on in. He's in his 80s, tall guy, invites us in. And we sit at his dining room table, and he goes in the back. And he comes back with a lot of papers, and he sits them on the table, and he start talking as if this was just what was going to happen. I wanted to ask 1,000 questions. I don't know if I had the courage. It most definitely felt like a Moses moment, like I'm not qualified. I went down all the laundry lists, but a couple of different things that, as a Block Club president, what he used to do, he's not able to do it as much. He stood out on his porch and he would watch me. He would watch me with our neighbors. And so my house is in the middle, let's say this is my house. And then there's a house here and a courtyard, a 2-flat here. And the lawn stretches from the alley to a driveway. And I would cut the grass. It's just my neighbors, and I would do that. And then if there was a senior who just couldn't get after their work, I would go. And, I never asked to do any of that. I didn't ask them if they needed help. I just served. And he would watch me all the time. And he determined, outside of my vocation, I worked for Breakthrough, that I was able to do this. And so I want to encourage you with that, because you very well may be very able to do this. I jokingly said, if you have ever shared eggs or any kind of grocery with another neighbor because you were short, you're ready to start a Block Club. It's pretty much that simple, but then it's not, right? So that's a little bit about my story. My wife and I, we've been homeowners for going on 16 years. And like I said, we stepped into being a part of Block Club leadership. We most definitely joined our Block Club when we first got on the block, because we thought it was really cool that, there was some organization that way, and that neighbors, cared about each other. And there are, a couple elements and things that we also learned about our block. When you go to Block Club meetings, not everybody has the best intentions. Some people are there just to find out what you're talking about so they can tell other people, and so on and so forth. But we were able over this time to really build some great relationships with others. And I want to also tell you this story. The gas company, I believe it's People's Gas, updated all the gas meters on our block maybe 10 years ago. And I had just laid side on the front of my house. I did, it was nice. It was like a green carpet. It was, had just had that first year, and they came and they tore it up. And it's like, man, me and Home Depot had such a great relationship. And so I was bummed out about that. So my wife saw it as opportunity. I don't know if you guys remember this terrible hailstorm that struck the west side of Chicago and like tore up everybody's car. It was that day that I had laid my side, and I was like, oh, it's gonna rain. This is great, And they came and they tore it up. And so my wife talked to the contractors, the people who are doing the work, asked them, when they're going to do it, all this stuff. And she asked them, how are you going to replace the grass? And so they said, we're going to put down soil and we're going to put down seed. And she said, what kind of seed? And she said, they said contractor seed. She said, absolutely not, and then she began to advocate and talk about the Kentucky bluegrass that we had laid down. And so they were adamant about, hey, we just going to do this quickly. And she went to the office, she called people, and not only did we get our Kentucky bluegrass, but the entire block got Kentucky bluegrass. And so that, just stuff like that, just small things, that make a big difference. And it most definitely pulls at people's heartstrings because they see that you don't just care about your space, you care about everyone else. So did everybody get to scan this who wanted to? Okay, so you've got some nicknames. It says building blocks of peace there, and then I'm just going to start it and then do a lot of reading to you. And I'm sorry that this, maybe it'll pop up. Welcome. All right, so I'm going to teach you how to start, or if you already have a block club, even if it's just 2 people, I'm going to teach you how to lead one, all right? And these are just, like I said, basic things that I learned along the way, and also things that I have connected with other block club leaders. I have subscribed to a lot of resource and help specifically from my block, my hood, my city, and they have connected me with so many block club presidents, mostly on the south side of Chicago. I live on the west side. I live in Austin. But, just listening to them, there was so much to glean from being in their presence. And so I learned a lot. And so we learned a lot, so much that our block club is 50 years old. But we became, 3 years ago, we became a 501c3. Adams Block Club 5500. So Adams and Central. And we became a 501c3 so that we can utilize grants and things like that, which has just taken us to be able to do some amazing things. So let's see here. Okay, in this workshop, we will lay the foundation to start and lead a block club. After this workshop, I hope that you will be able to build confidence and connections to get started. Okay, so that's our purpose. And your phones no longer say look up. They have like a question for you. So tell us why you are here. All right. And so gonna go. And so maybe you cannot see the answers, but you can see the colors. So this is unique. We're gonna do it. We're gonna roll with it. Okay. I'm gonna unplug this thing. I'm gonna stand right here. So the red answer is to learn what a block club is. The blue answer is to start a block club. The yellow answer is to maintain a block club. And the green answer is, I had nothing else going on today. All right. All right. So you pick yours, and then we'll go from there.
There you go.
All right. So we got that. Let's see here. Okay. You guys answered? Everybody answered? But you did answer, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I don't see an answer anywhere. All right, let's see. Did I get disconnected? Nope, I am still connected. Let's see. Did anybody get a right answer?
We all did.
Okay, well, I don't know, because there were some wrong answers. Oh, yeah, there was some wrong answers. Yeah, there's absolutely wrong answers. Well, okay, so we're on to the next thing. This is so bootleg, but we're going to just work with it. All right. So, yeah, this is how block clubs go. All right. Identify key neighbors and stakeholders. So this is what I want to teach you. I want to teach you how to identify key neighbors and stakeholders. Okay. Those are people who have some vested interest in the block, some of the same passions and drives you do, or they inspire you. Okay. So you want to start with connecting with neighbors who share an interest in building a stronger, safer, and more engaged community. And you also want to reach out to local businesses, faith organizations, schools, and law enforcement for support. And so let me tell you a little bit about that. So Nate and I are neighbors. He lives in the island, and I live in South Austin. Okay, and so there's 4 neighborhoods that make up the Austin community: the island, South Austin, North Austin, and Galewood. That's 97,000 people. Really big community. And so you can't do any of that kind of work on your block by yourself. Most definitely want to be a praying person. You most definitely want to be led because it's very pastoral in a lot of ways. And you learn a lot of different things about people and their needs. So we both, Nate and I, are part of the 15th District Faith-Based Initiative, which is a part of the CPD. And that's where we've met all the community stakeholders, everybody, people of faith, people who believe in faith in Christ, who are engaged in community. And so that leads to resources and knowing how to call the Department of Streets and Sand, how to use the 311 app and all these other things. You meet all these people in these places. And so you also build relationships with them. So let's go on to the next thing. Let's see. You should have some colors pop back up on your phone. All right. Who should I look for? All right. So that's our question. Who should I look for? And the red answer is concerned residents and longtime home owners. All right. Small business owners, local advocacy groups and nonprofits, and local schools and educators. Okay. Who should I look for? So
Can we choose them one?
Yeah, sure. Right, let's see.
Well, those are the choices.
Those are the choices. Those are the choices. Yep.
Me too.
You got kicked out?
Gotcha.
All
So
right.
if we answer blue.
Yep. Whatever you answer, just do it in 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, done. All right. Quite a few of you. I see some answers there now. All right. I see some answers there. All right.
1386.
That's your score. Ooh. Don't say that. Somebody may have less than you. All right. So let's see. So who do you look for? All the above, right? Not all of them are the same. So, just pay attention. But yes, all of the above. You want to most definitely connect with concerned residents, people who care, about what's going on. And that could be anything. Block clubs are designed not one way. Some block clubs are all about beautification. Some are about having a green space or a garden. Some are about addressing violence and gang, just all sorts of stuff. Some are social clubs for seniors. Lots of different things that you can do, but you don't want to just go it alone. You want to have a heart of collaboration. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So you want to, if you haven't started a block club and you're thinking about one, yes.
Could I say something about the collaboration again?
Sure.
In my district, I'm a faith-based I'm the faith-based chairperson, but I'm also the beat facilitator in my area. So in your block clubs, you want to get your beat facilitator involved, and I'm also on the district council, so you may want to get one of them involved.
Yep, absolutely, you do. Yeah.
4th.
Yep. All right. So you want to host an introductory meeting. So you want to choose a convenient time and location. This is the tough part right here. Choosing a convenient time and location. On my block, there are 47 houses, and some of those are 2 flats. And choosing anything convenient is an inconvenience. But, you know, we do our best, and sometimes everybody can't make it. Talk about notes and, you know, having a secretary and all those things. But you want to choose a convenient time and location. That could be someone's home. I'm most definitely a person who desires to show hospitality. You don't want to push people if that's not where they're at yet. Meet them where they are. You can meet at a local church. You can meet at a community center, or you can just do Zoom, have a virtual meeting. But you want to make sure that the time is convenient. You want to keep it informal and welcoming to encourage participation. So, you know, again, meeting people where they are, keeping it informal and welcoming allows people to say, okay, let me see what this is about, you know? And if you're a person who, in the violence prevention world, they say LTO. If you have LTO, that means a license to operate. It means that people can trust you. If you're a person that's known like that, people are going to really want to know what it is that you're trying to organize and do. And, you know, and people have different ideas. So you want to hear and welcome, you know, listening to what those ideas are. Some ideas are far greater than anything you were thinking. So you want to also provide food. Again, how you provide food is up to you. You know, you can ask people to bring stuff. I live on a block, unfortunately, that people don't eat everybody's food. I do, but not all my neighbors, you know. My neighbors like, yeah, I don't know, baby, you know. So it is what it is. But you want to offer light refreshments, food. That could be things that are sealed. That could be things that are on a dining room table, and create a comfortable environment. Right, so going on to the next thing here, I'm going to take a poll. Answers are a little different. Okay, what would make you, think about yourself, most likely to attend a block club meeting? All right, and so we have 6 answers here, okay? You're only going to choose one, and it's the one that means the most to you, okay? So there's no wrong answers, it's just your answer. Okay, so in red, it says a convenient location, a nearby home, church, or community center. In blue, royal blue, it says an informal and safe atmosphere, a place that encourages open discussion. If you're like me, in the golden yellow part, it says food and refreshments, all right? A comfortable environment with snacks and drinks. Ooh, man, I can't read this fast enough. I don't know what you picked. Time is out. Okay, here. All right, I'm sorry. Nobody picked anything because I had 45 seconds to say all of that. I guess I expect you to read it. Let me just tell you what all the answers are. Yeah, but I'll just tell you. Yeah, okay, so all right, in green, a virtual option, you know, means I could get on a Zoom call. I'm a busy person. Kind of the aqua blue, a place that provides childcare. And then in the purple, I need to have the time available to do so. So if you're red or blue, or if you don't remember, you know, yeah, you're thinking red, blue. Okay, blue was safe and safe and formal atmosphere. Or yellow, food and refreshments. All right, virtual option, a place that provides childcare, and then it could be all the above, but you can only pick the one that's important to you. All right. Zoom, virtual option. All right, good stuff. All right, so knowing this is really the most important part is just knowing that people have different ideas about what, you know, attending a meeting is going to look like. And so on my block, about 75% seniors. I pay Breakthrough about 10 cents a copy to make flyers because baby, don't send me no email, you know, or, you know, it's kind of that thing. So emails, digital, something you can send on the phone in a text. You just got to meet people where they are. And so sometimes these things do cost money, so that encourages dues and things of that nature. But you really want to know. Yes.
Talk to your CAPS officers and see if they're if you got meeting announcements or something like that, or special event flyers or something. Talk to the officers in the CAPS office. See if they'll just print them off for you.
All right.
I know I would.
Okay.
We have trouble enforcing.
Yeah.
We have trouble enforcing resources. So a lot of times we bring our own paper and give it
to the district.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a student of yours right now.
Okay.
I'm having just moved into the island, and so as I went to look at my apartment, I saw the Block Club sign.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the Island Oasis, and I thought, the Lord just sent me in this place.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. What is the difference between the Island Civic Association and a Block Club? Are they two different things?
They are. So a civic association could be multiple blocks. It could be up to 10 blocks or more. So the convening and group meetings and things like that look very different. It could also involve community stakeholders. So schools and other people are at those meetings. They all have a voice and speak to that. Where a block club is just pretty much your neighbors. And then you could reach out to other people who could help you on your block specifically. So
I'm 4 houses down from Maine, so South Mason is my block.
Yep.
So Island Oasis, is that part of Block Club?
Yeah. Well, no, it's an association. So that's the island, pretty much. All of it.
It is. Okay.
Yep. A lot of power on that.
I know I can ask Nate stuff too, but I'm in class.
Oh no, it's fine. Yep. All right. Going on to the next thing real quick. So a lot of this stuff, we have opportunity to share emails and all that. I could really flesh this out, but Nate and I are also working on the Building Blocks of Peace. There's a web page that's going to produce so much of this because we found it very rewarding and interesting to people who just want to get started but didn't know. And then I have some books that I want to share with you. You can't have them, but you can take a picture of them and buy. All right. So another thing. You want to elect leadership. There is a Greek word called polis, and that is where we get politics, policy, police, all of that. And just polis means city. Poll, P-O-L-L, also is a part of that, and that's where we get the democracy space where we vote. So you want to, and I wasn't voted the block club president. I was kind of just foisted in there, but I can't make decisions without buy-in from the block. All right. So you want to elect leadership. So that could be a president or a captain, a vice president, a secretary, someone who takes notes and keeps record. Records are very important because the records tell the history and the story. And you can also have those records, if they're very well done, in the library where other people can learn about, kind of some of the things you all did. And it helps you tell your story for your block. Treasure, you want a treasurer. And, it's different committees that you might start. And we could talk at length about what those could look like. But, just really short, safety committee, events committee, beautification, etc. Okay. You want to encourage rotating leadership to avoid burnout. So if somebody said, hey, look, I've done this for 2 years, find somebody else. Well, I want to do that. I want to find somebody else, but, I'm a Christian too. So I strongly encourage discipleship. You should have a mini-me, somebody who's doing it right alongside of you so that when you are feeling tired, you can do what Pastor Polk did and say, all right, it's your turn, all right. So get to know your team, find out their gifts, the same thing we do in church, spiritual gifts, all those things. Find out what those things are, you don't want to ask anybody to do something that's not necessarily going to stretch them, but just is going to depress them. You really want people who are gifted and talented and have capacity to do it. Learn what they do for a living. So if there's any school teachers, they probably don't want to do kids ministry, you know, or whatever that looks like for your block, but they probably have a wealth of information to tell you to help somebody else. Okay. And then encourage having, like I said, a partner, a disciple, someone alongside of you who is looking for that opportunity to grow and will also do the same. Yeah, like I said, it's very pastoral being a block club leader. There's a lot of spaces where I've had to cry out to the Lord about a lot of different things. You run into stuff. People call you about things that, you know, they would call their pastor about, you know, and you just have to have capacity, character, and competency. You know, those 3 C's there. So, all right, let's go to our quiz. Multiple select, okay? Why is it important to have leadership roles in a block club? I know we're looking for it to be on the screen. It's just not working out. All right, so reading really fast. Red, provides structure and organization. Yellow, builds accountability and trust. Blue, utilizes community strengths and gifts. And green, people need someone others to blame. I guess you can think about which one's not the right one. All right, how we feeling? Did we vote? Okay, sorry. Vote from your heart.
First 3.
Okay, all right. All right, well, let's see. Oh, you guys it's done. All right, so we got 4 people did provide structure and organization, and then utilizes community strengths and gifts. 2 people said builds accountability and trust, and no one wanted to blame anybody. Good. All right. There's no accuser of the brethren in here. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Next thing, we want to create a mission and goals. Missions and visions are important. People need to know where they're going. They need to know why they're doing it, and they want to know how to get after it together. Okay. So you want to define the purpose of the block club. What is the purpose of the block club? Is it safety? Is it beautification? Is it community events? Whatever it is, it could be all of that. But if it's all of that, you most definitely want to have lots of committees, you know, to do any of that. But you want to define the purpose because guess what's going to happen? Okay. In 15 years of living on my block, I got a ton of new neighbors and they got a whole bunch of other ideas. And so you don't have to tell them, hey, this is what we're doing and we're not interested in anything else. But you really want to get their heart as to what, you know, our block club's like kind of is advertised. So we have a block club sign. It actually got vandalized. Somebody tore it down. I don't know, you know, but we'll get another one. And we have banners on our light poles. So when you come on the block, you already know there's something special about this place. But, you know, you also want to be welcoming to new neighbors.
What do the banners say?
They say Adams Block Club 5500 and established 1975. So we want, you know, history. The colors are very specific because there's black, brown, and white. And we use kind of a tribal makeup, but that, you know, the colors that would kind of represent everybody on the block. So I could show you pictures of it. Actually, there were pictures on this thing. But yeah. So let's go to our quiz. Let's see, let's see, way over time. Let's see. Why should you create missions and goals? All right. Red, provides clear direction. Blue, encourages community involvement. Yellow, creates accountability and progress tracking. And green, attracts support and resources. And if your phone's not working, you could just tell me what you were thinking. 1? You said 1? All right. So provides clear direction. All right. All right. Everybody done? All right. All right. A lot of people said provides clear direction.
Also, breakthrough is coming, so I'm glad to hear that.
Two was, or two people chose rather, encourages community involvement. Two people said creates accountability and progress tracking. And no one said attracts support and resources. You said that? Okay. Something went wrong. I'm sorry. It didn't register. It didn't register. Don't worry. I'm going to send you the link to this.
Was that the right answer?
All four is the right answer. Yep. You can literally, and you would have got it right. But let's talk about establishing communications in communication channels. So one thing I do want to go back to resources. Resources mean a lot of things to a lot of people. I learned that early. One of the things that somebody said on our block in a block club meeting probably 10 years ago, they said, we need resources. And I didn't ask a defining question. Hey, Officer Capers, come on, sit down. Be a part of the community. I didn't ask a clarifying question like, what do you mean by resources? So I just went after resources. So at the time, I was a case manager and a transitional shelter, and I get a lot of emails with a lot of information, and I just started sending the emails and copying, pasting, and sharing that stuff. And in a couple of meetings, people said, we want resources that are relevant to what it is that we're doing on this block. And I was like, oh, so you don't just want information. You want resources that help. So we had Austin had a big flood 2 years ago. People wanted to know, how do you get in touch with, oh gosh, what's the name of that? FEMA. Was a chore in and of itself, but finding out that information, what meetings do we need to go to address what's happening on our block, and then practical things like my block, my hood, my city does community cleanups for us. We need to make sure that they knew that we needed guys to come in your house and take stuff out. Usually they clean up on the block, but some of the seniors man, this carpet is soaked and I don't have any strength to get this out of my house. And then some people, even with that, they want you to come in their house. Well, how am I going to help you? So you want to have resources that make sense for people. All right. So establishing communication channels. This is, kind of like what we're doing right now. You want to set up a group chat. I have 3. I have one for my seniors, just the seniors group chat. Keep it real simple on that group chat. Not a lot of long posts, and they're going to let you know. And then we have 2. I have one for iPhones and one for Androids, because information just travels different in those spaces. So I want to make sure, and that represents about 30 houses on our block. There's 47. That represents about 30 houses, and that doesn't represent everybody who lives in those, but they get the same information. Some people are like, look, I'm at work, I'm blocking this. Then they'll call and say, I didn't know nothing. Say, okay, that's why we have these other channels. So we don't have a group me, we don't have a WhatsApp, but we do have a Facebook page. And it's a Facebook page, a group page that is specifically for our block club. So people have different ideas about social media and all that stuff, but you're not getting no spam. It's only block club specific. And every now and then I share a good, word from the Lord, on that space. Yes.
You said you have a group chat. So what do you use for your group chat?
I use my phone. So it's
just a text string?
Mm-hmm. You could use WhatsApp and GroupMe and, other platforms, but my block's 75% seniors and they're not downloading no app. Yeah, right. They're just send it to me straight. If I got to download some, yeah. And as you see, using technology doesn't always work, right? So you got to meet people where they are. We also have a Nextdoor account. I encourage you tread lightly with next door. Next door doesn't give you all the. There's too much smoke on next door. You don't want everything next door has to offer, but it does allow you to at least communicate what's happening in your space. Sometimes it's just a lot of dumping of, stuff you see on the news. You want to consider quarterly newsletters. I know that Nate is really good at doing newsletters for his block. And then you want to also just, face-to-face meetings to keep neighbors engaged. Texting works, but again, not everyone wants to use that. So you want to just find out what works best for everybody. Yes?
On your Facebook, do you allow families to post personal things about their family, or it's just only you have rules about what?
We do. Yep, we have rules. There's 4. It's pretty much spells out love your neighbors, you love yourself. But I get to kind of screen those and like, I'm not posting this, or it's not relevant to what we're trying to do. So you have to practice some.
So you do an admin approval.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then there are a few people who have that same leadership, to be able to do that. But yes, it gets weird. Yeah, it can. It's like, what? So yeah. All right, quiz time. Officer Capers, just listen. Don't worry about this. All right, I can send you guys this, and you could, it's public, so you can just use it as much as you want. What's the best way to keep neighbors informed and engaged in a block club? All right, let's see. What is the best way? Okay, red, group chat, WhatsApp, group me, blue, email list, quarterly newsletter, in-person town carrier, regular community meetings, and carrier pigeons.
So is all that in blue or that?
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Purple is carrier pigeons. The aquamarine is regular community meetings, and green is in-person town carrier.
Carrier pigeons is what works best for your neighbors. Maybe they're all in the old-fashioned pigeon.
Okay, so we got 5 of you that chose in-person town carrier. Yeah, that's not a choice. That was a wrong answer, but it's okay. I just threw that in as a joke. No one's coming to your house to deliver. All right, carrier pigeons. I'm glad no one chose that one. And then everything else most definitely is relevant. Yeah.
I chose everything but the carrier pigeons, and it says you're incorrect.
Yeah,
but we believe in you.
Well, the
in-person town.
Yeah, the in-person town carrier is not an option, but that's the only one that's wrong with it.
I was thinking like the newsletter and
Yeah, my neighbors.
door to door and hands them out. So I thought that's the town
Yeah,
carrier.
our neighbors would prefer that, but nobody has that kind of. Maybe we can employ our kids, to deliver the something.
What happened to like the newspaper delivery route?
Yeah.
That used to
Yeah.
be many years ago.
Yeah.
They can now do the neighborhood newsletter.
Yeah, it's all. Unfortunately, it's on this thing. All right, next one. How much time do I have? Am I out of time?
It's new right now.
Oh, it's time for y'all to eat. All right, let's just do this real quick. Regular meeting time. So you want to decide to schedule, whether that's monthly, bi-monthly, or quarterly. You want to use meetings to provide updates, discuss concerns, and celebrate progress. You want to choose how and when they happen, if that's virtual or in person. Okay, so those are your meetings. And then let's see, our quiz says this: what are some creative ways to set regular meetings? I think I just told you, but let's see. All right, so walk and talk meetings. That means I'm walking down the block with you and we're just talking about what's going on. Also known as a prayer meeting. All right, coffee and conversation, potlucks and progress gatherings. Which is yellow. Coffee and conversation is blue. Green is rotating host locations. Aquamarines themed meetings. That's a game night, movie discussions. I want to get back to that. And then purple is virtual check-ins for busy neighbors. All the above. All right. Okay. So, yep, if you chose all of them, you're in good shape. Theme meetings work best for my block. And so what does that mean? Instead of saying we're going to do a meeting that no one comes to, we're going to do an ice cream social. Everybody comes to that. And then I just started talking about the stuff that I would talk about in a meeting, but I got a captive audience, you know? And so those things work best. Somebody's going to catch on one day. Yeah, somebody's going to catch on, but you can do those type of things as well. And then let's see, I think we're out of time.
All of them, and it only registered like 2.
This is a true or false. Projects such as block club cleanups or seasonal decorating can help build momentum and encourage community engagement. Is that true or false? True, absolutely, absolutely. Any of those can encourage and build momentum and create community engagement. I'm just going to skip down to the next one. Again, I can share this entire space with you, and you'll see all the you can take notes that way. All right. So city officials, local nonprofits, and law enforcement can help provide valuable support and funding opportunities. True or false?
Well, considering the conversation that we were just having, I don't know.
Well, it depends on what district you're in.
I got a nonprofit, and I work with the campus department and organization, but they do help us get some resources.
Yeah. Yes, it's absolutely true. Absolutely true. There's my block club sign. See that? Block club sign. That got torn down. We're going to put another one back up. Yeah. I know. It was on New Year's Day. You know, it's like, no, somebody literally took it because it was made out of metal. You know, I don't know what they did with it. We're going to get another one. All right. So, I'm just going to kind of skip along here because we are out of time. Another poll. Which of the following community initiatives would you most likely participate in to help improve the neighborhood? Okay. Red, neighborhood watch or self-defense workshops. Blue, beautification projects. Yellow, social events. And green, organizing a charity event. And whatever answer you choose is the right answer because it's your answer. Okay. This one was a beautification project. So we chose mums that represented the colors in our block club sign. Curb appeal, just it's beautiful. Now, if I knew that we needed to replace that soil because there's too much salt in it and it killed the mums right away, you know, trial and error, right? Okay, so I'm gonna just conclude because people are starting to go down. But I do want to give out some stuff here. Here, let's just do this. All right. First of all, thank you for participating. I was
come out and help with like do a block club info session.
I would.
For people that might be interested.
Yes. Only thing I would need to know is when and where, and just check my capacity because I do work in social services, as Officer Caper knows, and so one leg's being pulled this way, church is pulling me this way. So, but yes, I would. So I have some gifts for you guys. So we have these on our block. Only got one. You can have that. All right. I don't have little metal things, but if you got one, these are from my block, my hood, my city. Keep our streets clean. You can have one of those if you want. Or if you just don't like stepping in poop, or you just, keep off the grass. Right now, everybody's grass is completely brown. It's just, yeah.
right now in the fourth, the second area too, we've got the second, the fourth district, fifth district, and sixth district. We're having these block club meetings.
Okay.
Build block club.
Okay.
People to participate in block club. And we work with Chicago, with the Chicago Police Organization.
Okay.
And we're doing more of that because we've got a lot of people involved because the police department needs help because shot spotter is gone.
Mm-hmm.
We need residents to get involved.
Yeah.
And make that call.
We need more eyes on the street.
Yeah.
We need more eyes.
Absolutely.
That's what we want to do. We want to build up the block club. And so we've got this initiative. We're trying to get District 22 involved too, but we're pretty close.
Okay.
4th, 5th, and 6th. And we've got one coming up for the 4th district.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you know.
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're trying to build that, within.
Prayerfully, the resource that Nate and I are doing on the Building Blocks of Peace page, that web page specifically for block clubs, will be a great resource as well. Just that, it just gives framework. Again, everybody kind of starts that, but there is a considerable amount of data outside of, I love our law enforcement. I love our violence prevention teams. But, boots on the ground, block level, there's a lot of data that has shown some of the safest spaces in your community are the ones that actually have active block clubs. Yeah. So that is a combatant, in terms of finding shalom and building peace. So.
When was the next one gonna be?
Give me a card. I'll let you know it's coming up. We haven't scheduled it.
I have it in my email. I'm on his email list.
Yeah. Okay.
Off the top of your head.
Yeah. We were just talking about it because we usually we had last year a big giant block club celebration at Avalon Park where we had block clubs come in. We gave them prizes.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to say who had the best block club sign.
Nope, I want to enter that one.
We had Nate, Scott on the north side. They came down and joined us. We had music and
Oh well, yeah.
all day long.
Well, I would love to take part and invite our neighbors. So I want to give you my phone number if you want this information. I could just send it to you. But text me so I know who it is. So just text me your name. So hit me up with a text message. I'll know that you want this, and it have all the PowerPoints and everything. You can walk through it slowly, and you can also use it as framework. I'm actually using this with our neighbors on the 15th of this month, just to kind of reintroduce some of the neighbors to what we're trying to do. And then we'll talk about our mission statement and all that stuff. And then if there's information you want about funding, like the Safe and Peaceful grant, which is due on the 3rd. I can tell you all about that. We've utilized it twice. We didn't utilize it last year because My Block, My Hood, My City also has grants. They're about $2,500. I don't believe in asking for more money than I need because you have to spend it. And sometimes more money is more problems. So we said no, to them last year, but we do need them this year. Yep, that's it. All right, so if you want one of these, you can have it. If not, I'm going to take them back to the car.